Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 8th of September, comes to you from London. And I start by looking at US 10-year yields. And yesterday was quite significant because we broke here to a new high. That just shows up on this chart. And that's activated these upside targets 175 and 179. So those that are fearful of inflation have got more fuel to their argument based on yesterday's move. Little ascending triangle here that has actually just shown that we've popped higher there. So that's really significant. Finding cloud support on the long-term chart. We've fallen back this morning, giving us a downside target back to 134. But the interesting thing is we've now locked in that target, and that's where we're looking to some 30% rise in bond yields. So that's just a piece of information that's showing itself on the charts this morning. Taking a look at currencies, the dollar index is stronger as a result as well. So we've come off the support level there, and we're waiting really for this bigger break to a new high. So the dollar is short and medium term bullish. Long term we still have work to do. This is the weekly, daily and 60-minute chart, long term, medium term and short term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure targets. If we're above the cloud, we're bullish. If we're below the cloud, we're bearish. It's really that simple. Looking at the euro, we're sinking lower here, so that's significant. Now that dollar is strengthening against the yen, the dollar is sitting at 110. It jumped yesterday as well, so that's starting to look stronger there. And sterling is weaker against that stronger dollar. We're sort of falling away there as well. The euro, sterling sitting at 116.32, fell away yesterday quite significantly. Bitcoin falling quite sharply yesterday. A lot of news flow on San Salvador adopting the currency as a legal tender, and so we are just seeing the move there. El Salvador seeing problems with that implementation. The S&P 500 index was down 1/3%. The futures this morning are down further, so we are just seeing a deterioration on the short-term chart, both on the Nasdaq and on the E-mini, and that means the VIX volatility has kicked up to short-term bearish. So the fear index just starting to be a little bit more fearful after the Labor Day holiday weekend yesterday, which was on Monday. So we've seen traders coming back in the US, just having a rethink on where markets are sitting. Looking at the FTSE future, we're down nearly 1% there. The DAX in Germany, the cash market down over 1%, and the CAC 40 down over 1% as well. So we are seeing short-term these trends changing. The Japanese yen falling is good news for the Japanese stock market, and we are seeing here that rising quite sharply. It's bucking the trend. Everything else was lower. China only slightly lower. Still holding on to the gains though that we saw last week. So we're seeing a strong showing in China still for the week. The Aussie market was down 0.25% as well, and the Sensex in India down over 0.5%. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. Just looking at some of the soft commodities, we've got corn up 0.61%, sugar up 1/3%. So we are seeing softs benefiting there. Gold sitting back below $1,800, so not looking as strong. And if we look at silver, that's also looking lower, so that's quite key. Platinum, palladium mixed, and of course we talked about the yields. Looking at the energy mix now, we've got Brent crude, still fearful of this lower high, lower low scenario. That we only really get out of this if we get oil prices back above 76.30, 76.40, and for the moment these downside targets are starting to weigh on the price. So we're short-term bearish below the 60-minute cloud, and medium term we're just starting to look bearish here as well, so that's not looking great for crude oil. We are up this morning though. US nat gas sitting at 461, holding the gains. Gas markets globally still looking pretty strong. Coal sitting up 0.25% this morning, $123. Really no stopping coal. We've got a target to 123.45, 125. That's where we're going, so that's really quite key. And if we look at emissions, we're looking stronger here as well. This morning up just slightly, but still the chart's looking pretty strong. We might be flattening a little bit. 63 is now the short-term resistance. Looking at gas markets, NBP up 0.1% this morning, and TTF up 0.17%. So edging higher, good targets here on the 1 minute chart. Keep an eye on those 1 minute targets on your OTC data. And if you look at German power, holding the 90 euro mark, we've got lots of targets to play for here. 95 looks really likely based on the fact that we've got 3 targets there. So no stopping German power for the moment, and Nordic power also looking pretty strong. So the energy mix strong in a market that's generally looking weak in other areas. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.